I'm Beck Duffy, owner and winemaker here at Home Oak Vineyards, and I'm down here in our Pinot Noir vines down near the river because we are just releasing our 2019 Pinot Noir. And so this is where the majority of the fruit comes from this wine. So I thought I'd just give you a little bit of an overview of the 2019 vintage and then a little bit about the wine as well. So 2019 was actually a really great vintage for us. It was quite a dry year and also quite mild, so we didn't get any big dumpings of rain at any time, pretty much from January right through until vintage, which happened in sort of mid-March. It was a little bit of an earlier year, but not too early, because the nice mild conditions just made sure that everything ripened really slowly. We didn't have a lot of disease pressure because it didn't rain very much, and everything just ripened really evenly and really well. So we're really excited about the release of the 2019 Pinot. Those of you familiar with our wines will know that we make 4 different Pinots. So we have the Protégé, which is our entry level, then this one, which we refer to as the Estate Pinot, then we have the Wizard Pinot, and also the Hot Shot Pinot. So this is the sort of the second in the 4 wines that we make. The way that we make the wine is pretty much the same from year to year. So the differences that you'll see will be different sort of block makeup from within our vineyard. So we have this block here that I'm in, the river block. We have some older blocks of Pinot, and then we have the winery blocks. So we've got a number of different sites within our one property that we source our Pinot from, and they will have different characteristics, and they do change a little bit from year to year as well. And obviously different clones of Pinot as well will have different characteristics. So all of the fruit sourced from this vineyard, it's all wild fermented, so we don't add any yeast to the ferment. We just let it ferment naturally, which gives us some nice texture and some lovely savoury characters as well, and all made in small open fermenters. So the fermenters range in size from 1 tonne to 3 tonnes in size, and all up this wine will comprise of roughly sort of 45 tonnes of fruit. So lots of little fermenters, which means that we can get some great complexity into the wines, because each fermenter is basically its own little parcel of wine that will then blend together about 10 months after it's been fermented. So once the fermentation process has happened, we do all the hand plunging by hand. So during fermentation, the skins will rise to the top, push them back in using a disc on a stick essentially, plunge all the grapes back into the wine, and then once that's happened, we'll press it. It goes into barrels for about 10 months and about 20% new oak for this Pinot. So that new oak character just gives us some lovely tannin structure and a little bit of that spicy oak aromatics as well. And then we generally, this one spent about 6 months in tank prior to being bottled. So the wine from the 2019 vintage got really lovely dark cherry fruit characters. For those of you who have had the 18, it was a little bit more strawberry, a little bit more floral. This one's certainly in more of that sort of cherry, quite rich style of wine, the 2019. So lovely fruit concentration, some really soft, supple, silky tannins in the 2019 Pinot as well. So this one is drinking really well now because of that silkiness and that softness and richness, but it's got some lovely tannin structure there as well, which means that you'll be able to age it for the next sort of 5 to 8 years, possibly a little bit longer depending on how you like to drink your wine. And then in terms of food matching, it's quite a versatile wine, really nice just to have by itself because it's not too big and tannic and savoury. It's got some lovely fruit, but it does have some good structure there where it makes it match really well with things like duck and lamb and venison, and even some Tasmanian salmon. So a really versatile wine, drink it anytime with anything, I would say. But I hope you enjoy it. Cheers.